I'm Jayson Waller here with Jayson Waller Unleashed. That's right. The biggest, the baddest, the fastest growing social and culture and fucking whatever you want it to be podcast growing right now in the U.S. We are climbing the charts. So thank you for subscribing on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You check it out on YouTube, Instagram, your mama's gram, your cousin's gram, Facebook. We don't care. We are all over the spot. We are going to kick off a show today. We just dropped a show recently with Aaron Singerman. That show was fire. He is the Redcon One CEO. He talks about how he made millions. He lost it. He went to prison, came back out, started making hundreds of millions of dollars again. Great story. I always love the comeback is better than the setback. So I want to set some records straight today. Now, today's episode is going to be a little bit different. Just like 2 episodes ago was different. We did a sports one. We keep messing around. That's what's great about Unleashed. We are not scripted or structured. We do whatever the fuck we want, okay? So I have got my McAllister's here, okay? So today's show is sponsored by McAllister's Deli, all right? I'm actually going to eat my food while we do the show. So if I'm, and it's kind of fucking you up and you got Asperger's and you get a little bothered about my chewing, I apologize. There's nothing I can do about that, okay? I'm just telling you ahead of time. Now, here's what I got here. I've got a pecan chicken salad with this raspberry vinaigrette dressing, which is the shit. So I'm going to put the dressing on the salad while we're talking. I've got a lot to cover today, so I'm super excited. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I wish there was a way, there might be a way for TikTok to see more of the food. There we go. Oh, there, TikTok can see more of the food, and then live cannot. So we'll go that way. The podcast cannot. All right, so we're going to put some shit here on the food. This is really bomb-ass food, dude, just to keep it real, okay? I mean, it's kind of healthy. I'm on my healthy kick right here, getting ready to crush this. While we do a podcast, not many people can eat their lunch while they do a podcast. I think I can. I'm praying I have napkins, and guess what? I don't have napkins. This is going to be a shit show. We should probably get napkins. I think we should get napkins. Do I need napkins? I probably need napkins. Tony! I wonder if I can get some napkins while we're in here doing the show. They're yelling for Tony in the office. That's fucking hilarious. It's like, Sharon, we're yelling. See if Tony can help us out. Be like, look, dude, hate to be a dick. Can I get some napkins, bro? All right, so here's what I've got. I've got this bomb-ass chicken salad from McAllister's. I have got some bomb-ass potato soup, not tomato soup, potato soup, okay? So if you've got a dairy allergy like me, probably not the best thing to have. And then I got potato salad because why? Because I fucking love potato salad and it's fantastic. I've got this unsweetened iced tea with a little blueberry rush in it. So it's got no flavor. Tony, I fucked up. Can I get a napkin? If I'm going to be talking, I don't want to have the red dressing all over me while I'm doing the show. Now, today's show is going to be a little different. I'm going to call today's show, I don't know, public service announcement, PSA. That's what we're going to call the show, Tony. Okay. I'm going to talk about some things going on in life. I'm going to talk about business. I'm going to talk about the customers out there, the perception out there, all those things. This was great. Thank you, Tony. I think I've got that on or off. Do you think that's fucking up the sound?
I think it's acceptable level. So if you need it,
you don't think it fucks up the sound. You think I still sound sexy on the microphone.
Yeah,
hello?
Sound like the penny dropping.
Is it me you're looking for?
But you'll hear a little bit. Just
hello? Okay.
So,
bow, bow, well, the problem is then I got to stand up.
Yeah.
I think I'll be all right. Yeah. Keeps me cool. And look how I got on this. I got the food here. Do you don't want to get any of the food here?
Do I want to get the food in there? Oh.
Should we not?
Yeah, we should definitely get it.
Or no?
Yeah. Look at that beautiful food.
There you go. Beautiful food. There you go.
3 gallons of caffeine.
3 gallons of caffeine. That's right. 3 gallons of caffeine. I got 5 shots of espresso right here. 5 shots of espresso. And then I've got a tea here. And then we've got potato salad, potato soup, and this, they didn't even give me a fork, bro. Gosh, what kind of fucking Mickey Mouse place? We're sponsoring the show, right? We're saying the show's sponsored by McAllister's today, and they give me the food and they don't give me the shit. They give me a spoon for the soup, but they don't give me a fork for the salad. You know what I'm saying? All right.
It's a tough life.
I will wait for the fork. I'm sorry, I can't eat till I get the fork. Yeah, no problem. So I'm going to starve to death until then. Question is, do you eat the soup first or the salad first?
Ooh, I kind of like to go a little bit back and forth. So it's like you're getting.
I think that's a great idea. We're going to go back and forth between soup and salad while we're talking. Now, I know we started the podcast and we haven't talked about anything but food. That's what's great about Unleashed. Holy shit. It's very cheesy. And now I got shit all over my face already. This is bad. And top it off, it's white stuff. Doesn't look great. No pun intended. All right. That's not a pun? Did I use that in the wrong context?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
No, it doesn't.
All right, I'm going to eat this again, though. This is actually delicious. Thank you, Tony. Okay, so we're going to have a public service announcement. I got some things to say. Get off my chest. First thing, I had a conversation with my wife yesterday. I had a conversation with the attorney yesterday. And I want to clear the air. So all the AGs out there, you listening? I want to clear the air. All the lawyers out there, you listening? I want to clear the air. All the customers out there of Pink Energy and Power Home Solar, I want to clear the air. All the employees, the ex-employees of Power Home Solar and Pink Energy, I want to clear the air. Let me explain something to you. I apologize that if you think that I'm taunting you, or if you think that I'm out here flaunting after people have paid hard money for their solar system, after people worked their ass off and lost their job, after all of that, I am not, and I am sorry that if that's how you feel. That is not my intent. Here's my intent. We had a company that was the best solar company in the planet. For 8 straight years, we had an A+ with the BBB. We did all the things you're supposed to do. We did solar in 5 NFL stadiums. We sold a great product, we thought. We were doing all these things. We had a product liability issue with a company called Generac. We ended up having almost 20,000 customer systems not working, with firmware updates that prevented them from working at all, with fire liabilities, systems people were paying for that weren't producing any energy, which left other customers in disarray of different levels of where they were. Maybe we started an install and we didn't finish. Maybe we were scheduled an install, we didn't get to it. Maybe we finished an install, we didn't do all these other things. Wherever those customers were, I've done this before and I'm doing it again. I apologize. We fought the biggest fight we could. It cost me personally over $400 million in equity. It cost me several $million of personal worth to put back into the company to cover the final payroll, to be able to pay our employees as we closed. I urged every consumer when this happened to file a claim with the bankruptcy. If you think I wanted the company to close, you're out of your mind. I urged them to, and most of them did, and I'm glad they did, because there's a claim with the bankruptcy. When the bankruptcy and the trustee hopefully win the lawsuit against Generac, there's something there. I also urged consumers to file a lawsuit against Generac, to join their class action lawsuit. There's 8 lawsuits against them right now. 7 class action lawsuits in several states, including 3 states we're not even in, or we're in, and 1 securities fraud lawsuit. I say this because the first 90 days I was bitter. We closed and I didn't know what to do. I had an identity issue. I struggled with everything going on, and I was out there and I didn't know how to act. And people are upset because, oh, you still have a nice car and you have a nice watch and you still have a business. Guys, I ran that company for 8 years. I ran a company before then for 4 years and a company before then for 12 years. I've sold properties. I have made money along the way. Not a shit ton of money. I lost hundreds of millions of dollars on this deal with Generac. I personally want to sue Generac for $400 million in what I lost, and I don't know if I can. I would give everything I could to pay every customer if I won that lawsuit against Generac back. Yes, I say that on record. Anything that I won from Generac, I would make sure every customer was made whole before I collected anything, because that's the right thing to do. But I don't know how realistic that's going to be with the lawsuits going on. Here's what I know. Yes, I have a nice car. Yes, I have a home. I've done all this over the years. I was not going to allow Generac to not only close my company because of they didn't do a national recall, because they didn't come forthcoming with everything that happened. They basically did corporate fraud and lied to us, lied to the consumers, and they let us be the scapegoat for them. And now other companies have closed because of that. And I can't wait for the truth to continue to come out. You're starting to see more of it out there. But I hate this because consumers, and I get it, that are out there and they're like, look at this guy, he's doing this and he's doing that, and I paid money for this system. I apologize, but I want to make it crystal clear. I didn't make extra money. I made the same salary we were doing that. We weren't giving distributions or dividends back. We kept it into the business. I cannot provide for my family if I'm not out there in social media. That's part of how I provide for my family. So I have to be out there and show that, yes, Generac closed my company. And yes, Generac made me lay off 2,400 employees. And yes, Generac fucked over 40,000 of our customers, 20,000 specifically with Generac. And yes, Generac cost us over $1 billion worth of value in our business, 400 million to me, and several million cash put in at the end for me and my partners to cover the final payroll, and left these customers hanging. This isn't Jayson Waller. This isn't Pink Energy. This is Generac. Regardless of where your system is in the thing, because of Generac's fraudulent ways, their sneakiness, them not being forthcoming and truthful about their product liability issues, not doing a national recall, it created all these other customers to be left in disarray. So again, I apologize. But I'm not going to apologize for being successful in my whole life, and to go out there and provide for my family and post things and have a new reality show and try to build new companies and do this podcast. I can't do that. It's not right, because then if I would have went away and hidden a hole, then not only did Generac take my company, and not only did they take my sanity, and not only did they take my employees and my customers and everything that I've ever worked my ass off in my whole life and busted my ass doing the right thing, but then they would have taken my dignity and my pride and everything else in my dreams, and I couldn't allow that. So this, for me to post things showing what I've got, what I'm doing, are things that I'm doing now, starting over, working my ass off, out there showing, you know what? You can be broken but not defeated. You can come out of the ashes. Things can explode, and you can come through those things and do the right thing and come out of the ashes and build a new life, and it's not over. You may hit the wall, but you can come through it. And that's what I'm showing. So for me to go out there and show that, hey, I'm not going to hide in a hole and sit here and let Generac completely destroy me and kill me. This is me fighting back. All the vocal, if you go through all my social media, all the times I was vocal asking Generac to do a national recall before we closed. So consumers out there, AGs out there, lawyers out there, go back and look at my social media and all my posts. I'm asking for Generac to do a national recall fucking for 6 months, 7 months before we closed. I'm asking them to step up and do the right thing all the time. And they didn't. So I can't sit here and hide in a hole. Part of the way I provide for my family is I'm out there on social media doing things. I'm out there, talking about things, influence things, doing a podcast, interviewing people, building a business. So I apologize to every consumer out there that feels that way, and I hate that you feel that way. I apologize to every employee that feels that way, every vendor that feels that way. I am sorry that you feel that way. But the facts is we never intended the company to close. We never ripped anybody off. In good faith, we're installing a great product that ended up having issues, and it's a manufacturer's issue that destroyed our entire company. And had they done a national recall, or had they been forthcoming and not lying about things and shady, things would have been different. Had they paid their service bill of $51 million to Pink Energy Power Home Solar, we could have stayed open servicing these customers and not leaving all of you hanging. So I am sorry that you feel the way you feel. I am sorry that you're upset that I'm out here, you think, living my best life. I'm doing everything I can to provide for my family. I'm doing everything I can to take it to the next level and not hide in a hole and allow people to dictate my future on something that was uncontrollable that closed our company. I'm not going to allow to sit here and be blamed for everything on that company closing, because that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Common sense says, let me ask everybody this. If there were shady things going on, do you think the trustee would have filed a lawsuit against the corporate officers already? They haven't. It's been over a year because there was nothing shady going on, because we weren't doing anything inappropriate. We were selling a great product, and all those consumers that raised their hand, and I appreciate that they did and wanted to get a system with us. They believed in us because of our credibility and our reviews and our testimonials and all the great years we've done great service. This catastrophic event through Generac is a problem. And I pray to God that the trustee, the AGs, all of those consumers out there march their ass down to Wisconsin and make Generac pay everything. And if I get any money out of this deal, which I don't think I will, because we have creditors to pay and consumers to pay, I want to give back and make sure every customer's whole before I get anything on that. And this deal cost me $400 million. So I just want to apologize to everybody out there. I don't want you to have this perception of, oh, Jayson's out there, living his best life saying fuck us to the customers. That's not the case. I'm out here rebuilding. I'm out here doing right for my family. I'm out here educating people on how to build a business, on how to overcome adversity and not allow corporate fucking thieves like Generac dictate my life. That's what happened. So I just want to be honest with people out there. You know, I'm not very polished. You know, I'm not the most professional guy. I'm eating while we talk. But I'm an honest guy. I'm honest. And I'm real. I have no reason to lie. I'm honest and I'm real and I have no reason to lie. I loved what we were building. And it breaks my heart that that happened. But I don't know what to do. I can't hide in a hole. It's not who I am. I'm not going to let Generac defeat me, and I pray all you customers stand up for what's right and you fucking go after them. You fucking go after Generac. There's a reason all those class action lawsuits happen, because they are guilty of what happened. And if you were stuck and it wasn't a Generac issue and you were stuck in between something because of the Generac issue that cost us all this money that put us out of business, then you should have filed a claim on the bankruptcy to make sure you were made whole when the trustee wins that lawsuit against Generac. And guys, that's a slam dunk lawsuit. Generac is guilty of sin. They know they're wrong. They put a bad product out there. Their firmware, they know what was going on. They were hiding it. Our lawsuit states that, look up the lawsuit. It's in Virginia for $1 billion. Power Home Solar / Pink Energy versus Generac. It's all in there. It's in the lawsuit. It shows. All the proof is in the pudding. There's recorded Zoom calls of their executive team acknowledging they were wrong. They sent out a letter to the consumers. You can look at stuff I've posted saying we were wrong and Pink Energy's trying to make this right. All of those things happen, but we were the scapegoat and imploded, and it sucks. And it's a nightmare. No. I wanted to get that off my chest because some of the attorneys are out there saying, oh, Jayson's got all this money, he needs to pay, make it right. I want people to understand, I wasn't even on payroll for the last 7-8 months we were open. I didn't take distributions for several years, except tax distributions, which go straight to the government. I left over $30 million in the company in 2021 because we were going public that I never got. That's someone who believes in their business and does things right. They're not greedy. I gave back between me and my business partners over $4.5 million to cover the final payroll. Personally, for me and my business partners to pay that. We didn't have to pay that back. We did that because we're not greedy, because it's the right thing to do. So you get these little blood-sucking lawyers out there. I'm talking to you guys. And they're like, oh, we'll sue him. Listen, sue me for what? Generac took me for everything. I'm rebuilding. Sue me for what? They took it all. You're going the wrong place. Bozo, you're going the wrong place. You need to turn your thing towards Generac in Wisconsin. And I'll help you get there. Free of charge. Because it's wrong what they did. 1,000% wrong. And I just hope that it continues to unfold and that they pay the piper. And that karma comes back and gets them. And I apologize to all those consumers that get upset and all those employees that get upset and see me out there. But again, I've got to rebuild and do things for my family. And part of my thing is influencing people, showing people you can be successful, showing people that you can grind, showing people you can overcome adversity, teaching people how to build a business, a reality show on how to fix businesses and how to grow businesses, and having a chaotic family and all the stuff. Look, these are things that I'm doing to try to provide. I hope that you have the decency to respect that and go, oh, that makes sense. And I'm out here on my own apologizing, saying, look, it's not what you think. I'm not out here like, oh, look, I got away with this. Bullshit. I get away with anything because I didn't fucking do anything. This is a Generac issue. We ran the company to the best of our ability to make sure things were doing right. We didn't know this product was going to be this big of an issue. And I know some of you are like, well, I didn't have an issue. My product had this. Well, because we had 20,000 customers with issues, which is half our customer base, of not working, that created a wave of problems where we couldn't get to other problems that we were always able to manage year over year, month over month. Now, this is weird to eat and do a podcast. All right, so I got that off the table. Let's talk about some other things. My son started a new school. He actually likes it. He went to another school and people are talking shit. It's really sad. Kids are so mean, dude. There's kids saying to my son, oh, Did your dad file bankruptcy? First of all, I didn't file bankruptcy. The business filed bankruptcy. Damn, I almost could have filed bankruptcy because it took everything I had. But I didn't file bankruptcy. And it's sad that these kids see something on the news or hear their parents talk. And then they go and they bully other kids and say things like, you know, oh yeah, your dad's this and your dad bankrupted a company and your dad this and oh, you guys got a reality TV show and blah, 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 blah. And pick on my son or pick on my daughters. Like, it's sad. These kids out there, this is fucking sad. And you know what? I tell my kids, bullies and people who talk shit about other people are insecure. Think about it. Stay with me. If you go out and you projectile bullshit on somebody, right? Oh, they're this and they're only successful because of that. You have an insecurity and complexity about yourself that you're not comfortable with. You are not happy where you are in your life. Therefore, when someone is doing well in their life, you have to find ways to break them down or find excuses of why they're successful and find excuses of why you're not. And that's sad. And people do it on success. They do it on looks. They do it on weight. If you'd learn to love people, first of all, you got to learn to love yourself. And then you learn to love people and appreciate that we're all humans in this world and appreciate what people have conquered and done and go, wow, that's impressive. And learn to have that mentality. That's not a hater. That's somebody who believes in people and good things will happen. But then you get these people, and I'm talking to you parents out there, especially the ones that are running your mouth to your kids about me, and those kids are running their mouth to my kids about me from your mouth. You're insecure. You see me and you get intimidated. You see me go to the top and then lose everything, and you think because you've never even fucking climbed the mountain and you've sat in your underwear fucking eating SpaghettiOs your whole life, or you've got daddy's money, or it's been fucking handed down to your life and you don't know how to work, that you can come out here and talk about me? That you can come out here and pretend you've walked in my shoes? That you can come out here and say these things and get your kids? You and your kids are fucking losers. That's what it is. You will never accomplish anything, and as long as you're instilling that bullshit and hate in your kids, they won't ever accomplish anything. They'll be the type of kids that will never get there where they want to get to because they're too worried about running their mouth about other people that are trying to do things the right way. And that's what's going to happen. I guarantee it. It's what happens. It's just a cycle. Just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And I know this because I have family members that are like that. My own brother fucking hates me. My success is his failure. His failure is my success. Everything in the world. He sent me a horrible text message the other day. Everything in the world that is bad happened to him is my fault or the world's fault. He's never got anything he's deserved. Well, he was a druggie. He was an alcoholic. He was a cheating husband. He was an abusive, shitty father. I mean, eventually when you're all of these things, bad shit happens, dude. I try to tell him, I'm like, bro, I love you. But this ain't the cloud's fault. This ain't God's fault. This ain't my fault. Motherfucker, this is your fault. This is you not doing what you need to do. This is you blaming everybody else for your fucking shortcomings. The moment people stop blaming everybody else, the moment people stop worrying about everybody else and why they're successful and how did they get there, I bet they did this, and start hating and try to diminish what people have accomplished, and you start focusing on yourself, you will better your life, I swear to God. I swear, like, I don't get into that minutia. I love to see success. I don't give a shit how somebody got from A to Z. I love to see that they got to Z. I'm happy for them. I'm not tearing them down. I admire them and I want to get to Z. That's how life should be. But it's not. And most people aren't that way. And I go back to my kids getting bullied because of insecure parents, dude. Fucking parents. Parents telling their kids shit about my family and me. You don't know me. You haven't lived in my shoes. You haven't done the things I've done. The blood, the sweat, the tears, the hard decisions. How dare you critique me? How dare you judge me? Who do you think you are? I don't get to judge you. I've never walked in your shoes. I've never done the things you've done. So what makes you think that you could talk and live about me? You didn't make me. You didn't create me. You have nothing to do with me. So if you think that you can dictate how I live my life, you're wrong. But how dare you tell your kids shit and your kids tell my kids shit? Like, you ought to be ashamed. And I know some of you are fucking haters and you follow and listen to everything I do. Oh, you can't stand it. When my show comes out, my early show, you're going to be right there watching it and talking shit. And I love it. Get your damn popcorn and I love it. But you know what? It's sad because you're not better in yourself and you're not better in your family. You're tearing other people down because you're insecure, because of your shortcomings, because you can't man up or woman up and do the right thing. You got to blame everybody else. Fucked up.